Mission Victory, HMS Victory, Cape Trafalgar, 1805. HMS Victory is the Royal Navy's most famous warship, built between 1759 and 1765. She was Lord Nelson's flagship at the Battle of Trafalgar, 1805. Victory has 5 decks and 104 cannons. At the Battle of Trafalgar, Victoria carried over 7 tons of gunpowder. Chapter 1. Tyler gazed at the time map. In the web of bright light, a dark patch had appeared. Slowly, it began to pulsate. Violence remembered. He pressed the alarm to call the others. At once they ran in from all over the time vault. First to arrive was Jeff, followed by Biff. The others were not far behind. "What have we got?" called Biff, pulling her hair into a band as she came. Tyler pulled his techno chair closer to the time map and tapped the strange symbol on the keys of the matrix. "Date," urged Wilma. "Looks like 1805. muttered Tyler. He looked closely as a faint image began to form in the globe that glowed beside him. It looks as if the Vian are interested in a ship. "Yep, I've got it. HMS Victory." Nelson's flagship, shouted Nadem. He clicked his fingers. 1805 was the Battle of Trafalgar. Wasn't that a sea battle? The British against the French and Spanish. The Vians couldn't do something to change the outcome of the battle. Would they? "Who knows?" asked Nina. "If they could meddle with such an important event, think what it would do to unravel history." "Who's going?" asked Wilma. "It has to be boys. Didn't they have boy sailors on warships in those days?" Biff looked at Chip. Chip nodded. "We'll go," said Biff, "but I've got a feeling this is going to be a mission." They stepped into the portal together. "I hope you aren't seasick," called Biff, but Tyler had already pressed the same symbol on the matrix. Chip and Biff had vanished. Chapter 2. The first thing that Biff noticed was the smell. It was of tar and unpleasant. Smelled like the stench of rotten egg and mud. In the dim light that seeped in down a flight of steps, Wolf could see boxes, barrels, piles of canvas, stacks of wood, coils of heavy rope, and bulging sacks. A rat ran out from behind a barrel and scuttled away. Wolf was in a vast space that moved up and down. He could hear the creaking of timber and the sound of water sloping above. He could hear shouting and the thud of heavy footsteps. He felt Chip's hand on his arm. "Chip," he gasped nervously. "Thank goodness. We must be in the hold on HMS Victory," said Chip. At that moment, feet clattered down the steps. It was the ship's carpenter. He was wearing a leather apron and had wood shaving in his hair. The boys dived behind some boxes, but it was too late. They had been spotted. "Stowaways," the man bellowed. "Stowaways on board." He grabbed the boys and dragged them up the steps. "We'll take you to the bosun," he shouted. "You will be punished for this. I've no doubt." Chapter 3. Stowaways on board. The news spread like wildfire throughout the ship. Biff and Chip were walked up steep flights of steps from deck to deck. At last they were dragged out into the sunshine of the quarterdeck. Sailors stopped work and looked to see who the stowaways were. Some soldiers in red jackets gave a rugged cheer. The boatswain was a large, rough-looking man with crooked teeth. He held stiff rope which he smacked against his hand. "Who have we got here?" he demanded. "Some small fish dealers, I'd say." He put his face close to Biff's and yelled, "How did you get aboard, you young maggots?" On the way up to the quarterdeck, Chip had stolen a look at his link. Tyler had sent a download. Chip now stood to attention. "We are orphans, sir, but we are stout-haired British lads. We want to serve our king and country with the bravest crew that ever sailed." At this, some of the sailors gave a cheer. "Quite," thundered the boatswain. "We beat stowaways with a cat o' nine tails, put them in irons and feed them bread and water, and that is what we'll do to you." "I think not, Mr. Boatswain," a voice cut in. A man in full naval uniform had walked up quietly. He had heard what Chip said. The boatswain saluted. "Begging your pardon, Captain Hardy, sir," he barked. "I like spirit," the captain said. "These boys have it, but they are lads, not men. We don't flog children on my ship. Put them to work. Let them earn their keep. We'll send them back to Portsmouth as soon as we can." "Aye, aye, sir," snapped the boatswain. But when the captain had gone, "You're lucky. But if you think it will be easy, think again." Chapter 4. Chip and Biff were taken to the purser and given a hammock and clothes, cold slopes. "Be sure to keep her slopes clean and your hammock tidy," growled the purser. Tyler had sent more information. Attended men on ship. 21 are boys, sailor. You are the youngest. You'll have had dirty jobs. Just do them. Don't answer back. Tyler was right about dirty jobs. Chip was told to go and clean out the pens on the upper gun deck where animals were kept. Biff was sent to scrub sails. They were amazed how low and cramped the decks were. Huge cannons held by heavy ropes ran down the sides of each deck. The men lived in small groups called a mess. They ate and slept round the guns. Chip and Biff were put in a mess with 6 other boy sailors. The others were orders, but one was a 12 years old boy called Tom. "You must be mad to stow away," sniffed Tom, whose nose was always running. He was carrying a barrel with rope handles. In was a greasy stew of boiled mutton. "Supper," called Tom, swapping out the stew on 2 square wooden plates. After the meal, a bell rang. "Bedtime," sniffed Tom. "Hang your hammock on these hooks, and yet some shut-eyed. When they were in their hammocks, Biff whispered, "How can we spot who might be a villain? There are 800 men about, and we don't go on certain decks." Chip didn't answer, despite the noise, smells, and this swaying hammock. He had fallen asleep. Chapter 5. The next day was worse than the day before. Chip and Biff had to scrub out wooden buckets. "I hate to think what they've been used for," said Chip. "You are other monkeys in battle. You run down to the ship's magazine." But Tyler's information was wrong, for that afternoon Captain Hardy ordered the ship to go to battle stations. "It's a deal," sniffed Tom. "The captain wants the gun fired and reloaded. So far, we ain't been quick enough." The boys had been told to spread sand, and the decks stop us sleeping, said Tom. Chip remembered. "Tyler's down. Do we run down to the magazine to get the gunpowder?" he asked. "What?" scoffed Tom. "The ship has 104 guns. We'd never do it, and the charges are heavy. It's gunpowder. See, wrapped in paper, same size as the gun barrels. They put them in leather tubes. The tubes are passed from hand to hand in a human chain up to each deck. We run with them to the gun crews and bring back the empty ones." A man walked by, and both Chip and Biff felt an icy chill. A shiver ran down Chip's spine. "Could this man be the villain?" whispered Chip. "If he is, what is he up to?" said Biff. The man spoke to an officer. "The armorer has been taken ill, sir," the man said, "so I will be in charge of the gunpowder during the drill." "Very good, Mr. Scout," replied the officer. "Return to the magazine, and I'll signal the drill to begin." Tom grinned at Chip. "Put your hands over your ears when they fire the guns," he said. Chip sent a message to Tyler. All he had time to say was "fire and gunpowder" before the bosun saw him and gave him a flick with his heavy rope. "Get to your place," he wrote, "and don't drop the charges." Bells rang, whistles blew, a great shout went up. "Action! Stations!" Soldiers ran to man the guns. More men rushed to form a line from the top of the ship to the bottom. "Keep well to one side when you run with the charges," said Tom. The guns rolled backwards. The order was given, "Fire." The noise was tremendous. The guns gave off thick clouds of white smoke as each one was fired. The gun captain shouted at their crews loud with shots, "Ram home." Chip and Biff ran through the dense smoke with no charges. Another order was given, "Stand down." The drill was over. "I'm glad about that," said Biff. "I can't just smell the smoke. I can't taste it." Chapter 7. The decks returned to normal. The ship's boys were told to sweep up the sand. Every gun had been loaded and was now ready for battle. When the time came, the drill had gone well. For a reward, the men were given a ration of rum and water, cold grog. "God bless Lord Nelson," the men shouted as they drank the grog. As Biff swept near one of the guns. He noticed the coil of a freezer lying on the floor. It was filled with gunpowder. The gun captain pushed this into a narrow hole at the end of the cannon. A spark from a flint caused the gunpowder in the coil to flash, and this set off the huge charge in the barrel of the cannon. "Boom!" said Biff as he shot the coil to Chip. Chip's link burst. It was Tyler. Chip gasped, supposing all the cannons have been reloaded with dodgy gunpowder. Maybe Mr. Scout, the villain, made the armorer ill so we could get to the powder. We filled up the coil. "No one is going to believe us, Chip. To prove this, we're going to have to fire a cannon ourselves. Tell Tyler to get ready. We may need a quick escape." Each day, the ship's boys were allowed up to the quarterdeck for a short time. Here were the smaller 12-pound cannons. "We'll fire one of these," said Biff. "We'll need to move fast. Make sure no one is nearby. Are you ready?" Chip pulled the bunk from the mouth of the cannon. Biff took the bridge cover off and pushed the coil down. "Cannon being fired," yelled Biff. "Stand clear." Then he pulled the cord. The flint lock snapped down. There was a huge boom and a massive cloud of white smoke. The heavy gun shot backward. There were shouts as sailors and officers raced toward them. "Arrest those boys!" Watch the shot. We felt the cannon ball splashed into the sea about 80 meters from the ship. "Mr. Scout has ruined the gunpowder," shouted Chip. "The guns will be useless in battle." Chapter 9. "So what happened to the villain?" asked Nina. "You didn't manage to zap him." Chip and Biff were safely back in the time vault, telling their story to the others. "No," said Biff. "They thought he was a spy. He was arrested and put in irons." The master gunner fired a cannon from each deck. We were right, all the charges were. "The Battle of Trafalgar would have been lost otherwise," said Wilma. "So you were heroes." "There's no chance of that," replied Chip. "We were arrested too for firing the cannon. The bosun was ordered to beat us. Luckily, Tyler had the portal ready for us to get away." "Beaten after what you did?" exclaimed Biff. "That is terrible." "No," said Biff. "That was the British Navy for you. What is more, we never even got to see Lord Nelson." The end.